So, as promised, I am back with video part 2. Video part 2 is going to focus more on the assignments, and I want to start with the collaboration for this week, or your attendance. So this week you will be asked to do something a little bit different with your attendance. What you're going to do is more interactive. You'll create a quiz question for your classmates to answer, and I put the steps here. There's also a rubric here for you to follow to make sure that you are doing this correctly. So you won't just do our regular attendance post like we do every other week, but you will now create a quiz question for your classmates. Your classmates will go in and respond to your quiz question. They'll answer, and then you'll be responsible for going back in at some point and answering someone else's and giving feedback on anyone that answered your quiz question. And number 7 says, let's not wait until the last minute. Kind of takes the fun out of the assignment. So if you post on Friday and no one else posts until Wednesday, then it's kind of hard for you to do your assignment. So let's try everyone to have something posted by Friday, Saturday time frame. Now this week I won't have tardies or anything, but either you'll be present or, according to the rubric here, however you answer your questions, you post your questions. So you want to make sure you get it up in time enough so that your peers can give you your peers can answer your question that you post as well, and that you can answer someone else's question so that you can receive all the credit for this assignment. So that is your attendance post for this week. And again, everything, the whole attendance, all that will not be due until Wednesday. So instead of having our Sunday, Wednesday deadlines, we'll just have Wednesday this week. Okay. We'll probably be back on our regular schedule next week, but this week we'll close the attendance post discussion board on Wednesday at 11:59. Now your new lesson for the week will start tomorrow night or tonight at 11:59. It will open. Also, if you have not been looking at the videos, I've been posting videos for you every week. Please make sure that you are looking at the videos, because I've been receiving questions through email that I've covered in videos, and through emails also that I've sent out, weekly emails. So make sure that you are checking your correspondences from me, because I normally know what questions are going to be asked, and I try to go ahead on and cover them ahead of time. Also, I posted just the beginning of the week, a week information video, in which I told you I would actually do this video. So this is the video that I'm doing now, and it is based on chapter 5. Okay, so once you click on the chapter 5 folder, you'll see your due dates here, as you do always. Well, again, like I stated before, we are back to doing the application. So you won't have the review questions, you won't have the research exercises. You'll still have your sim book and you'll still have your quiz, but now we'll have the guided project and the independent projects again. Okay, so if you remember with the guided projects, once you click on them, make sure that you're using, let me go back, make sure that you are using the links that I provide here and not this. So do not use this to get to your assignments. It just makes it quicker, and it makes it easier for you to use the links that I put here. So I'm going to click on the guided project. I have to go into student view, so bear with me for a second. PowerPoint chapter 1. My sim has been acting funny. Alright, so when I click on my guided project, I will come to this page. You should come to this page. And remember, if you have your physical book, then you don't need the instructions. You can actually go to the end of the PowerPoint chapter and find guided project 1, 2. If you wanted to use, if you have a Mac or if you have Windows, whichever one, these are your instructions files. Okay, so you will need to download the instructions so that you will know what to do. You also have your start file. Remember, you can't start without this file. Okay, so you'll need your start file. Okay, and then resources, if there are any resources that are needed, it'll be located here. Okay. All right, so once I open these are my instructions, okay, for the assignment. It will tell me what I'll need. So it says open and resave the presentation. Okay, that's your start file. Okay, and as you go further on, it may tell you to open up the resources. Okay, so you have your start file, your instructions file, and your resources that you may need. Okay, so this is where all the files that you will need for this assignment is located. All right, so once you are finished with your file, you will upload your file here, and then you will click grade. You should see your grade here, and you should also be able to go into the assignment. So if you want to check to see what you got wrong, you should be able to go here. Now you have 3 submissions on this. Okay, so if you get a 60 the first time, try it again. You may get a 70. Next time you may get an 85 or a 90. So if you need to use all 3 of your submissions, go for it. If you get a 99 and you're okay with that, then you don't need all 3 submissions. You can also upload your file here, and I'm just going to choose something. Oops, wait. I think I just blocked myself out. You should be able to upload your file here, and if you're not finished, so let's say you're in the library or the ILC lab, you can upload your file and save it for later, so you don't actually have to submit it at that time. So that is this week's PowerPoint exercises. So again, instead of doing like we had last week, the review questions, the research exercises, you'll have your SimBook, the guided project, and the independent project. If you are going to use your physical book with the start file, then make sure that this matches up. Okay, so if I'm in my book, I want to make sure that I'm doing the independent project 1.5 and the guided project 1.2. If I'm going to use my physical book in conjunction with my my file, and I'll show you. So if I open up my physical book, then I want to make sure this says independent project 1.5. Okay, all right. So that is this week's assignments. Watch your videos. On top of that, you make sure you do your collaboration correctly, your attendance correctly. Make sure that you come in and do your assignments correctly. Use these SimNet links to get your assignments done. I want to also go ahead on and remind you that you have another test coming up. And I'm clicking on the announcements tab because this is where it's located. You have another test coming up on March 9th through, the 22nd, because we'll be closed some for spring break. So you need to make sure that you get reservations ahead of time. I know some of you stay a little bit further from campus. A couple actually set up reservations and took their tests at campuses close to them. Go ahead on and get signed up and registered for these tests, okay, ahead of time. So we should all know how to do that now. If not, I'll do it briefly. So you'll go into Tools. What you are using is Smarter Proctoring to register for your test. Now, I don't have the student side, so I can't walk you through, but from what I understand or heard from students, it's pretty self-explanatory once you get in. But you will need to use Smarter Proctoring to get registered. Okay, this is the instructor side, so it wouldn't do you any good. All right, so your collaboration, your lessons for this week, which is your PowerPoint assignments, and then you want to make sure that you get registered for Smarter Proctoring. Look at your videos. Okay, so I posted one here, and probably after Tuesday, or Wednesday, I'll move this video inside of here. So all videos will be in this folder. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Bye-bye.